Hey guys, so I want to talk a little bit about my experience in Costa Rica. I think I posted one video of the meringue. You can go and check that out. That was a really, really delicious rare tropical fruit that just happened to stumble upon, and oh, so excited to have had that experience. I want to talk about some of the other things that went on when I was in Costa Rica, namely like spiritual experiences and healing experiences. One thing that really blew my mind was I had these lipomas on my side, which are like benign fatty tumors that are like really not a big deal, shouldn't be a big deal, shouldn't become malignant. They're not of concern for the most part. But while I was there, I started having like rib pain, like kind of like a pain in my breast. And I went to reach for one of my lipomas, and it reduced in size. Now it's even smaller. It's probably a quarter of what it used to be, which is crazy that I detoxed that out of my body. Another crazy thing was when I was staying at Jewel of the Sun. You're intense, so you have to go outside to take a whiz. So I would get up in the middle of the night to go take a whiz on a fruit tree. And one night, you would like look up at the stars, and it'd be like, I mean, like just out in the Central America in the wilderness, and there's like no light pollution. You can see like 100x the amount of stuff. It's crazy, absolutely crazy and beautiful to look up and see that. And one night I look up, and it's just like I thought I was like hallucinating because the stars were like all shooting little messages, like little thingies back and forth to each other, and I saw like some shooting stars come down, and I saw just like all this crazy movement in the sky, and I was like, is this UFOs, or am I like tripping balls, or what's going on? And found out a while later it was a meteor shower that I witnessed. But I had some pretty crazy meditations there, and it's like I realized that whole thing about how people say we are spiritual beings having a human experience. I tapped into that. I don't know how to describe it, you guys, but I tapped into that. And the best way that I can give a scientific analogy is that we are 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 dimensional beings having a 3 dimensional experience. So we can see the fourth dimension in cross sections, much the way that the second dimension can see the third dimension in cross sections. That fourth dimension is time. We can see like just each moment in time, but we can't experience all of time as one thing. So there's upper dimensions out there which are like the possibilities. Okay, like at each branch in time, you made a decision, and that could create a separate universe of that decision, kind of like movie Back to the Future. And I realized like we have the ability to tap into these dimensions just by the fact that we can make decisions, and that we're like you know we have free will, which that's another argument of whether or not we have free will, but for the sake of argument that we do, now we have this ability to affect higher than the third dimension. And so it's like I felt that tinge of something more. They were more powerful than we're led on to be. So I've been really studying metaphysics pretty heavily. A very science-paced guy. If you watch this channel, you know I'm a mechanical engineer, have a strong science background, but I'm starting to see what the spirituality people are talking about, and I'm starting to see the links with the science, and I'm realizing that the two aren't mutually exclusive. I think a lot of people really screw up the science really poorly, especially in the modern age. And I think people really screw up the spirituality and distort, use it in the name of doing all these atrocities. But I see that spirituality in the proper context, science in the proper context, because science without philosophies is an absolute waste of time. They are coherent together. They are more than just, have some overlap. They can be interdependent. So I'll get more into this later, but I just wanted to share that message with you guys. So that's today's video. Just getting back in the swing of making videos. Hope you got something out of this. If you got any questions, leave me a comment. More coming soon. Hope you guys have a great day.